Hello everyone, welcome to the second video in my preparing for my postpartum recovery series. I hope that you guys have been enjoying, I guess since it's only one video before this one, I hope you guys enjoyed that one, but I hope that you're enjoying this series. I'm really excited about just being able to share this, and the feedback that I have been receiving so far has been just so awesome, because my hope was that these videos would be helpful, especially to people who are pregnant and who need some support and need some just understanding of what they can be doing during their pregnancy to prepare for their postpartum recovery. So today in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys about warmth and what I'm going to be doing to support my body's healing through warmth. So keeping warm is really, really important after giving birth, and we can do that in a lot of different ways, like through physically covering our body and keeping warmth in that way, as well as what we eat and just kind of like what we introduce to our body in temperature, and also what we eat, the quality of that food in terms of temperature also. I know it's sometimes a little bit confusing, but the food that has a warming quality is going to be most important during this time as well, because that can help to keep the warmth in the body. So just to give you an example, you could think of ginger, or you could think of cinnamon. Those have like warming qualities, and those can help to create more warmth within the body. And so we're not going to talk much about food today, actually. Yeah, I'm not going to be covering food in this video, but I do have a digital recipe book called Mother Nourished. And it's a recipe book that my mom and I put together, which was super awesome. And it's just kind of keeping in mind mothers, especially kind of in that postpartum time, but also it can be used at any time. And that recipe book is included in my postpartum recovery course. So if you're interested in that, click on the link in my bio. You can sign up for the course, and then you get access to the recipe book for free as well. So let's talk about warmth. Let's talk about what I'm going to be doing. And so I do want to say one reason why I really wanted to talk about warmth specifically is because after we give birth, it's such a physical, emotional, mental, spiritual experience that is very, very huge. and it's also this time where there's a lot that leaves the body, like a human being leaves the body, and there's fluids and things like that, and it can really leave the body in a state of coldness. And if we are not warm, if we do not take care of ourselves through keeping warm, it can cause more of that sense of cold to stay in our bodies, which causes a lot of issues in actually being able to heal. And if we are not warm, that can cause issues for our circulation. And where there is healthy flow of blood, where there's healthy circulation, healing can happen, and healing can be promoted. So warmth is really, really important. And this time I am expecting to give birth in the fall. So I am thinking that the weather will probably be a bit cooler then. And last time I gave birth in the summertime. So it's kind of different. So I'm taking extra care this time to prepare for how I can keep my body warm. So two really simple things. One is a hat. I always wear this during wintertime, always, because I get cold very easily. And so this is one that I'm going to be keeping close by. I might get a couple others just because it's just so easy to wear that. And it's nice to be able to have another one to wear while this one is being washed or something like that. But I use this one so much. And so I'm excited to be using it during my postpartum recovery as well. The next thing is some really nice thick socks. So from our head and our feet are places where we want to focus on keeping warmth. And so that's why I specifically want to make sure that I have a lot of very thick, cozy socks, and then hats as well. So another thing is that skin-to-skin contact with our babies is really, really important after giving birth. So that can really help to promote bonding. It can help with our hormones, and it's just so important. And so last time around, my midwife recommended that we try to do as much skin-to-skin contact. So basically baby naked directly on naked mom or dad. And so I was kind of like, that was the first time I had ever heard of that. And so I did do it sometimes, but this time I want to, I did do it consistently, I would say, for the first few days last time around, but this time I kind of want to just sort of enjoy that a little more and sort of facilitate for myself to be able to do that easier. And so with that being said, I have a couple of things, like I have some sweaters so that I can stay warm but still have the skin-to-skin contact with the baby. And so I have this shawl, which I will also use. I'm really excited about it because my cousin brought it for me from Turkey, and it's so nice. So I will be using this to kind of cover my body and keep myself warm, but then also have the ability to have that skin-to-skin contact with the baby. So I have some things like this. I have also, some cardigans and some sweaters similar to what I'm wearing right now that I'll be using. And then I also have this, which is a robe. So it's all kind of like in the same idea of just kind of covering and staying warm easily, but with the ability to have that skin-to-skin contact with the baby easily as well. So that those are some things that I have set aside just to make sure that, they're clean and ready to use. So the next thing is going to be staying warm through the root of our body. And so it's really important that we are able to support our vaginal healing, but then also make sure that we just feel as grounded as possible. And when we support our vaginal healing and support the warmth specifically in that space, it can really help us to feel grounded and safe, and it can help to promote our healing. So you guys know I'm big on vaginal steaming, so I'm going to mention that in this video as well. So I have my pot here, my postpartum organic herbal blends that I make myself, and then a vaginal steam stool. And my dad helps me with making these, so it's handcrafted. But basically, I will be keeping this stool in our bedroom, and it will basically be used every single day. My intention is to steam every single day for the first 30 days after giving birth. So I'm going to be keeping this in our room. I'll have a nice little corner of it just set up so that it's super easy for me to do. And steaming, like the preparation for vaginal steaming, is just so simple. Like the only thing that I will actually have to have someone help me do, or that I will have to do myself, would be to prepare the herbs. And that's very simple. You just add it into the pot with some water, and then you would just prepare it as you would with tea. And so vaginal steaming can be so incredibly helpful after giving birth. I have a video in my IGTVs just talking about the benefits of vaginal steaming after birth, and like what that can offer us. But I definitely am looking forward to it because it's just such a wide variety. Like it can actually help with the healing the tissues in the vaginal space. It can help with inflammation. It can help with like water retention loss. So it can actually help with weight loss because it helps with water eliminating water retention. There's just so many different things that it can help with. It's definitely supportive in cleansing the womb as well, preventing infections, things like that. And it is so effective in keeping our bodies warm because, again, our vaginal space, our pelvic space, that whole entire region is really like our core. And if we're able to keep that warm, then a lot of different types of healing can take place much, much easier. And so that's one reason why I really want to focus on vaginal steaming. And I'm so excited to be able to understand vaginal steaming and know how to use it for myself this time around. around because last time I actually didn't even know about vaginal steaming. So so that's going to be a huge like main factor for me in my postpartum recovery, and warmth is a huge reason of why I'm going to be using that. Okay, next thing is going to be kind of in relation to the core, as I've been talking about, and that is going to be with keeping the womb warm. So actually to help promote healing of the womb. And so I'm going to be using belly binding, and this is such a beautiful, beautiful belly bind that I got from Ibu Dula, and I'm just so excited to use it because last time around I had a belly binding thing that I made and it was just like this long sheet. It ended up not being long enough or something, so in the middle of trying to figure out how to do this, I had to have my sister like sew it for me, and it was just kind of like hectic, and then it was so long that it would take forever to tie up, and it was just kind of it was something I wanted to do for myself, but I probably would have done it more often if I had something like this. So I'm really excited about it, and I'm a very like visual type of like artsy kind of loving person, and so I love the fabric of this. But I highly recommend checking out her page. She also has some like pastes and things like that you can use along with this, and she teaches you how to actually bind with her belly binding. And so I highly recommend checking that out. And yeah, I'm just really excited to have this time around because I feel like it will help a lot, but I feel happy because it seems so much easier than what I did last time. And yeah, so I'm excited about that. And when you're doing belly binding, it can really help to support the healing of the womb, and as well as a lot of the other organs in this whole region. And so that's going to be very helpful. And I also believe that it is helpful in keeping warmth in. And so rather than just kind of like being sort of like exposed or, something like that, especially with trying to do skin to skin, I love the idea of having this wrap so that I can keep my organs and my womb space especially warm. And so yeah, so that's another big one. And then I'm just going to have this hot water pad available and at easy access as well, because I think that sometimes there's different types of like aches or just different types of things, or even if I have the belly binding on and I want to have a little bit more warmth, it can be really helpful. Another thing is cramping. So like as the uterus is kind of coming to its original size, there can be a lot of cramping, and vaginal steaming can be really helpful for that. But I also love during my period, whenever I would have any types of cramps, or even just like for comfort, I would love to use this. So I'm going to keep this close and handy as well. And yeah, that's pretty much all I can think of right now to share about what I'm trying to do and plan and put together and organize for my postpartum recovery in relation to warmth. But I hope that this was really helpful to you guys. I know it's like really brief about the belly binding and about even the idea of warmth, just kind of sharing in this video right now. I know it's really brief, but I do go into details of this in my postpartum healing course. So if you're interested in that, click on the link in my bio. Once you purchase, you have instant access to the 2 hours worth of video, and then you also get the digital recipe book, which is super awesome. And I do go over the details of vaginal steaming and a lot of things like that. So if you're interested in actively using these types of things, then please check out the course. And yeah, you guys will see another video next week, which will be talking all about the oils that I plan to use for supporting my postpartum recovery. All right, guys, take care. Bye.